Welcome to MES College Marambally e-learning.
Hi all, myself Sajana K. Muhammad, Assistant Professor, Department of Logistics Management. Today I am dealing with the topic tariff and non-tariff barriers. A tariff is a tax imposed on imported goods and services. Tariffs are used to restrict imports by increasing the price of goods and services purchased from overseas and making them less attractive to consumers to protect the domestic firms. Tariffs are laid on export to generate revenue. Sometimes tariff is laid for some of the imported products of our country. Let's see which are the various tariff barriers.
A tariff is a tax or duty that a government charges on goods coming into or going out of the country. So these types of tariffs are used to restrict import by increasing the price of goods and services purchased from overseas and making them less attractive to consumers to protect the domestic firms. Tariffs are laid on exports to generate revenue. Sometimes tariff is laid for some of the important products of the country. So mainly tariffs are imposed to protect the domestic market from the overseas market. Tariff barriers. Tariff is a tax or duty on the products that moves across border. The most important of tariff barrier is the custom duty imposed by the importing country. Sometimes tax might also be imposed on exporting products. The most important tariff barriers are, first one is the specific duty. Specific duty is based on the physical characteristics of goods. When a fixed sum of money, keeping in view the weight or measurement of a commodity, the value of the product is not considered, this kind of tax system is applicable for barrel or oil. So, this tax is purely based on the weight of the commodity rather than the price. Next one is the ad valorem duty. These duties are imposed according to value. When a fixed percentage of value of a commodity is added as a tariff, it is known as ad valorem duty. It ignores the weight, volume or size of the commodity. This kind of duty is applicable for artwork, ornaments and antiques. So, ad valorem duty is purely based on the price. In the first tariff barrier, we see the tariffs are based on the weight of the commodity. But in ad valorem duty, this tariff is based on the price of the commodity. Example, ornaments, antiques. Third one is the combined or compound duty. So, it means it's a combination of specific rate of duty and ad valorem rate of duty. Whereas, specific duties are based on factors such as weight or quantity, ad valorem duties are based on the value of goods. It's called mixed duty rate. That is, it's a combination tariff based on the weight and also the price of the commodity. Next, sliding scale duty. Sliding scale fees are variable prices for products, services or taxes based on a customer ability to pay. Such fees are thereby reduced for those who have lower incomes. This type of pricing has the effect of spreading out the consumption of goods and services. Although it may reduce consumption for the wealthy, it is prominent in medical industry. That means the tariff is varies according to the income. It is based on income, the tariff rates vary. So, lower people have to accommodate only a low tariff rate, but rich people have to accommodate a higher tariff rate. Next one is the countervailing duty. Countervailing duty means it is imposed on certain imports where products are subsidized by exporting country. As a result of government subsidy, import become more cheaper than domestic goods to nullify the effect of subsidy. This duty is imposed in addition to normal duties. Next one is anti-dumping tariff. This is one of the important tariff. At times, exporter will sell their goods at extreme low price to capture the market. This is called the dumping. As a result of this, domestic companies will find it difficult to survive. So, government will impose anti-dumping tariff on such a dumped products. That means to retain the market of the domestic countries, the government of the concerned countries are imposed anti-dumping tax to the exporting country. So they have to pay high tax. Okay. Then next one is the protective tariff. Protective tariff are enacted with the aim of protecting a domestic industry from the foreign competitors. It is the tax added on to goods imported into a country. Protective tariff are taxes that are intended to increase the cost of foreign import and make them less attractive. This is also another form of protecting the domestic market. So, we discussed about the various tariff barriers. Next one is the non-tariff barriers. A non-tariff barrier is any barrier other than a tariff that raises an obstacle with the free flow of goods in the overseas market. Non-tariff barriers do not affect the price of the goods. So, tariff barrier is in the form of certain tax, but in the case of non-tariff barrier are imposed on some other basis. We will discuss some of the important non-tariff barriers. This one is the quota system. In this system, the country will fix in advance the limit of import quantity of a commodity that would be permitted from various countries during a given period. This quota system can be classified into the following: tariff or custom quota, unilateral quota, bilateral quota, multilateral quota. So, based on these quotas, import activities are restricted. Okay. Then, product standard. Most developed countries impose product standards for imported items. The imported item must be in the expected standard, otherwise they will not permitted to import the goods. Okay, so the product standard should be made accordance with the demand of the importing country. Then domestic content requirement. When a foreign company makes product in a country, the materials, parts, etc. that have been made in that country rather than imported. A minimum level of local content is sometimes a requirement under trade laws when giving foreign companies the right to manufacture in a particular place. So all the materials and other inputs required for manufacturing a product should be manufactured in the domestic country itself. Next is the packing requirement. Some countries ask for specific kind of packing material. For instance, European Union insists on recyclable packing material, otherwise the imported goods may be rejected. Next one is the foreign exchange regulation. The import has to ensure the adequate foreign exchange is available for import of goods by obtaining a clearance from exchange control authorities prior to the concluding of contract with the supplier. So non-tariff barriers are different from the tariff barriers in the form of some restrictions or based on some requirements or conditions.